46-year-old Sergeant William Jerome Rivers, 24-year-old Kennedy Landon Sanders, and 23-year-old Brianna Alexandria Moffett, all from the state of Georgia. The attack marking the first in the line of fire deaths for U.S. troops since the start of this Israel-Hamas war. President Biden vowing to retaliate as the Pentagon says the U.S. will respond at a, quote, time and place of our choosing.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the show. So we are looking at a really crazy situation right now in the Middle East. Will we be going to war? That is the question. And I want to show you guys a few of the tweets that have been going out in the last couple of days when it comes to this whole situation. And if I pull up Lindsey Graham a couple of days ago, he says, the only thing the Iranian regime understands is force. Until they pay a price with their infrastructure or their personnel, the attacks on U.S. troops will continue. And he's called for even going further. So he's basically calling for war at this point. The Secretary of Defense, Lloyd, says, I am outraged and deeply saddened by the deaths of 3 of our U.S. service members and the wounding of other American troops in an attack last night against U.S. and coalition forces who were deployed to a site in northeastern Jordan near the Syrian border to work for the lasting defeat of ISIS. And then President Biden, I think we've already I read his whole statement there, but Senator Sullivan says Iranian tourist proxies have crossed a red line with the reported killing of 3 brave U.S. service members and wounding of dozens more. This strike and the 150 attacks our forces have sustained in recent months shows the dangers of the Biden administration's appeasement of Iran in the past 3 years and the administration's total failure to enact deterrence in the region, something I've been pushing to reverse for years. The president needs to order a clear, lethal, and overwhelming response that demonstrates to Iran and to the world that whoever targets our men and women in uniform or supports these attacks will face the full might of the U.S. military. And President Biden says here, last night, 3 U.S. service members were killed and many wounded during an unmanned aerial drone attack on our forces stationed in northeast Jordan near the Syrian border. Jill and I join the families and friends of our fallen in grieving the loss of those warriors in this despicable and wholly unjust attack. Have no doubt we will hold all those responsible to account at a time and a manner of our choosing. Okay, Speaker Johnson says here, we are saddened by the loss of 3 American heroes in Jordan last night, and we are praying for their families and for the 25 other service members who have been injured. America must send a crystal clear message across the globe that attacks on our troops will not be. And Congressman Byron Donalds says, I am deeply saddened to learn of the deaths of 3 American service members in Jordan. May their memories be a blessing. This never should have happened. Biden's appeasement strategy toward Iran and its proxies does not work. Peace through strength ensures a safer world for all. All right, so you see, and then we have some of the headline news. This was from Sunday. It says, first on CNN, 3 U.S. troops killed in drone attack in Jordan, more than 30 injured. Then it says, first U.S. troops killed in the Mideast since the start of Gaza war. And ABC is reporting, as Biden vows retaliation after drone strike kills U.S. troops, Republicans push for bigger response. And then Bloomberg saying here, 3 U.S. troops killed in attack linked to Iran-backed militants. Axios is reporting GOP hawks press Biden to target Iran directly over soldiers' deaths. And Fox News is saying brazen attack, Trump blasts Biden after 3 U.S. service members killed in Iran-backed militia. Okay, so there you go. Just wanted to kind of give you guys a background of what's going on when it comes to lawmakers and how they feel about going to war, basically, because that's what some of them are calling for. They're calling for war. And if you guys understand how our system works, yes, our president can send people to a conflict. So they can send military to a conflict, but Congress declares war. And so this is going to have to come from Congress if we get to a state where we're declaring war on another country. Now, of course, President Biden has the power to send troops, send them out to different parts of the world and start a conflict. But ultimately, Congress, since they carry the purse, since they have the money, they have to play a role in this as well. And so we'll see if some of these same politicians that are talking about we need to, basically go to war with Iran, because that's basically what they're saying. They're not even talking about these militant groups. They're mainly talking about Iran is responsible and we need to go after them. And so we'll have to see if something like that happens. I want to talk about one other thing too, because I had some people in the comments of the video I posted a couple days ago just saying, well, if Trump was there, if Trump was president, this wouldn't have happened. And the problem with that is we had U.S. service members die during Trump's administration. Okay, let's take a look at this. So this was back in 2017, and this was The Hill reporting this, and it says timeline, how the Trump administration responded to the Niger attack. So if you guys don't remember, there was an attack in Niger. There was 4 service members that died in that attack. They were ambushed. And the response, there was criticism about the response. It was a slow response. It wasn't initially put out there. And so there was some question about that response. So that's what they were talking about in this article. And then if we go further, we have Reuters. This was in 2020. Trump authorizes military to respond after deadly attack blamed on Iran-backed militia. Okay, so I believe in that situation, 2 service members were killed. So we did have attacks back then. Okay, now I will say, right now, things are in the Middle East, things are really heating up. And I'm talking about across the board, things that are going on in Gaza right now, when it comes to Israel, when it comes to all the different hotspots in the Middle East, it's really picking up. And so, I mean, this is going to be I don't know what we're going to do and how we're going to navigate this. And right now, I think President Biden is going over the different options with the top brass of the military to try to figure out where we go from here. But definitely we'll see a response. I'm imagining we're going to see a response very soon. And so I'm going to continue to follow this story. I'll keep you guys up to date. So make sure you subscribe and hit that little bell notification. I want to know what you guys think about this whole situation. So let me know in the comments below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.